ES Audio.
Hi, I'm John Weeks, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, how L'Oreal is bringing beauty to the Metaverse. But first, it looks like a pair of killer whales off the coast of South Africa have been murdering great white sharks and eating their organs. Researchers following two male orcas named Port and Starboard believe the pair have slaughtered at least 8 great whites since 2017. They said there's been a drop in great white shark sightings in the area since the two killer whales began their spree 5 years ago, thought to show that sharks are avoiding the territory. The researchers said it's rare for the violent behaviour of two individual whales to have such a clear and immediate impact on their habitat. But it's not particularly unusual for orcas to attack other animals in such a way. Some have been seen killing sea lions and even blue whales. We've been hearing from the tech team at L'Oreal's Research and Innovation Division about some of the new and recent things they're working on.
We're doing partnerships with companies like Emotive that are cognitive science leaders to do EEG headsets to measure emotion to get you the perfect fragrance.
That's Guive Balooch, who runs the tech team. He's been telling us about the applications tech has in the beauty industry. He says they're not just using the tech for beauty products though, and are also focusing on ways of benefiting the planet.
Like our water saver technology, which keeps the rinseability of using a shower head in the salon the same and the joy of washing your hair the same, but while saving the water by 61%.
And Guive said they're also planning to find a way into the Metaverse, and he reckons there'll be a real appetite for beauty in the virtual world.
There will be experiences that people will want to have in the metaverse with holograms, with virtual reality headsets, in new experiential environments. And so we have to innovate the customer experience around that as well.
Tesla has opened its 800th Supercharger site in Europe. It now owns the fast-charging locations in 30 countries, with almost 9,000 superchargers in total. In the UK, there are nearly 100 supercharger locations, and it's good news for all EV drivers, after the firm announced the sites are no longer exclusively for Tesla drivers. The woman photographed in the iconic picture of the Napalm Girl from the Vietnam War has had her final skin treatment 50 years after suffering intense burns from American bombing. In 1972, a journalist captured the moment the then 9-year-old Kim Phuc Phan Thi was seen running down a road after being scalded by napalm. Now at the age of 59, Miss Phan Thi has received her laser therapy for the last time after suffering with pain for decades from the scarring on her body. In an interview 2 years ago, she said she had to go through 17 operations and has to deal with the pain from her scars every single day. Now, a tech startup has just revealed the first hydrogen and electric-powered lorry being mass-produced in the UK, which it says is vital to decarbonising transport. Teva's created an HGV with a hydrogen fuel cell system which tops up its battery, so the lorry can carry heavier loads over longer distances. The firm said the 7.5-ton truck can be driven for up to 310 miles. It's aiming to sell more than 100,000 of its lorries by 2030, which it said would cut 10 million tons of CO2 emissions. It appears ancient shrimps and worms were some of the first creatures to make a comeback from a huge extinction event which nearly wiped life off the face of the planet. Researchers said bottom-burrowing animals were some of the first to bounce back after the end Permian mass extinction around 252 million years ago. It happened a couple of million years before the dinosaurs and killed more than 90% of species on Earth. It took millions of years for biodiversity to return to pre-extinction levels, and experts from China, the US and the UK found worms and shrimps were the first to recover based on ancient seabed burrows and trails. Let's go to the ads now. OG gamers, stay there for news on Atari bringing back some of its classic games. Welcome back. A massive direct air capture plant, which can literally suck carbon dioxide out of the air, is being built in Iceland. It's called Mammoth, and it's being built near a similar facility called Orca, which can take in up to 4,000 tons of carbon dioxide a year. That's equivalent to what around 790 cars release into the atmosphere each year. But Mammoth will be able to capture 9 times as much CO2 as Orca can, around 36,000 tons a year. Plus, it'll run on renewable energy and waste heat from a nearby geothermal park. Now, Xiaomi's latest phone, the Mi 12S Ultra, is said to have a huge 1-inch camera sensor, which it co-developed with Sony. That's about 1.7 times more surface area than the sensor in the main camera of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. In theory, it means much better picture quality, as a bigger sensor equals bigger pixels, and it should work well in low-light situations too. But we won't be able to see the results until Monday, when Xiaomi officially launches the phone. And finally, here's one for the old school gamers. Legendary video game company Atari is bundling up 90 of its retro games ported for modern consoles to celebrate its 50th anniversary. The actual list of games hasn't been announced just yet, but the company said there'll also be 6 brand new games inspired by some of its most iconic retro titles. The anniversary celebration bundle is due out later this year and will be on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and on PC. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast, where we bring you the latest news and analysis from the Evening Standard in London. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.